Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Green Lantern number one. We had a shorts video just with a quick preview, but here is everything you need to know about this. Let's start with the backup story. The backup story features John Stewart, and it's really just pages from his war journal, written by Phillip Kennedy Johnson with art by Montos, colors by Adriano Lucas, and letters by Dave Sharpe. Now, on our main story here, let's take a look at the creative team for the Green Lantern book. We have Jeremy Adams on writing duties, with cover and art by Xermanico, colors by Romulo Fajardo Jr., and letters by Dave Sharpe. In this book, spinning out of the events of Dark Crisis, the Guardians of Oa at the heart of the Green Lantern Corps have been quarantined in Sector 2814, home of planet Earth, and his champion along with it. A heartbreaking defeat has sent Hal reeling back home to rediscover his roots and find that the man responsible for ruining his life is Sinestro. From the visionary team comes a tale of redemption, loss, and finding out maybe, just maybe, that you can go home again, at least if you're willing to hotwire a power ring to do it. So this is very interesting. I will say the first thing is, if you haven't read any of the Dark Crisis stuff or any of that stuff, you don't need to worry about it. I don't think it's very crucial to the story that we're telling going forward. If you want to know more about those details, I think you should probably go back and check it out. But for this book, I don't think you really need that. Jeremy Adams has been doing some really fun stuff over at the Flash book, and I was very excited to see that they were relaunching a Green Lantern series, with Jeremy at the helm. Also, I mean, Harmonico is just a fantastic artist that's been really all over the place with DC. You can find their work in a lot of books, so I'm very excited to see what that team can put together here. Now, Hal is not my favorite Green Lantern, but he is one of the more popular ones. But I'm really glad to see both Hal and John kind of sharing this book. Although Hal is at the forefront, um, I'm glad that we're keeping John kind of like on standby. I feel like something's coming for him as well. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun to have a few Green Lantern titles once again, because back in New 52, I think we had maybe up to three or four at one time. So it'll be really interesting to see where that goes. But let's take a look at some preview art. And here, I mean, the first thing we're going to notice is Romulo Fajardo Jr.'s colors, I think, are impressive. As we see here, the illumination of the Green Lantern. I think colors are very important for a Green Lantern book, and this team just really nails it. I also love the pose. I like the way Hal approaches everything. He definitely has a lot of pride in what he does, and I just love the expression in the face here, as you know, he finds somebody that's a savior to them in this disaster. So I love it. I love how, how easygoing he is. But I think the challenge for Hal is not so much going to be the Green Lantern stuff. It's going to be dealing with everything else in his life, including Carol, who's still working over at Ferris. And we see here their kind of first interaction as we approach here. And I really like the panel layouts. As you can see here, Harmonico did this thing a couple times to really add to the pacing. We have this big panel, and then we zoom in a little bit on the face. If we go back to this other splash page, we have the bigger layout, and then we have the smaller panel kind of zooming in on the expression and the face, and a little bit of dialogue. I think it's really well done. So this book was, like I said, a great place to kind of pick back up if you haven't read Green Lantern in a while. We also see shades of Sinestro creeping in. We don't really know what's been going on with Sinestro either. Um, I'm very much looking forward to seeing what happens with this Green Lantern series going forward. As I mentioned, Jeremy Adams has been doing some really fun stuff with the Flash, and I think although they are very different characters, they share some of the same things that make their stories kind of fun, which is really their personal life. I think that's what really adds to the story, both the Flash and Green Lanterns. the personal touch really adds to their stories and how much fun they can be. So very excited to follow up with this. If you have read this, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comics reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here. And as always, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.